It's late Tuesday night, and the presidential campaign has reached a really important watershed moment. Donald Trump has now become the presumptive, now really the certain Republican nominee for president. He won the Indiana primary tonight. Ted Cruz, his only really serious remaining opponent, has dropped out. John Kasich is still in the race, but that doesn't seem to be a serious threat. Even the Republican National Chairman, Reince Priebus, has declared him the presumptive nominee. This is a shocking outcome. 6 months ago, nobody in the presidential primary process, nobody in this town of Washington where I stand, would have told you this was the likely outcome. This is the most surprising outcome since 1976, when Jimmy Carter, then an obscure governor of Georgia, won the Democratic presidential nomination. It means a lot of things, but it means three things in particular right now that I'll focus on tonight. First, it means that Donald Trump is now going to have to figure out what kind of general election campaign he's going to run. Is it going to be like the primary campaign, which was high on personality, high on insults, low on substance, or will he try to do something different in a general election campaign? Secondly, he's going to have to get more serious about some of those policy proposals that he's never really fleshed out. There are a lot of questions that he hasn't been forced to answer. He's now in the general election context going to have to answer them. For example, when he says, as he did again tonight, that companies that want to move their operations overseas are going to face consequences, what does that mean, and how does he think a president can make that happen? There are a lot of questions like that. They're going to start to come to the fore now. And third, and maybe most interestingly in the short run, Republican Party leaders are going to face a moment of truth. They've been opposed to a Donald Trump candidacy. It scares them. To some extent, it abhors some of them. But now they have to face the question of, will they support Donald Trump, or will they break and go in a different direction, which for anybody in political life is a pretty momentous fork in the road. So those are just three of the many questions yet to come now that Donald Trump is, in fact, going to be the Republican presidential nominee.